I'd like to call this special legislative board meeting to order. We'll start, Ms. Haywood, with the Pledge of Allegiance. Are you here? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here. Thanks, Joe.
Yep. Take it away.
It's just agenda build, right?
No, this is the special meeting where we're
Oh.
going to adopt the two resolutions about the search firm and the interim.
Got it. Okay, I'll start with pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. This is the section of the meeting for public comments on agenda items only. I'm looking at the attendees from the public, and they almost all look like employees to me, with a couple of school board candidates. Does anybody have any public comments? Going once, going twice, seeing none. We can move on to the motions. We have two resolutions. The first, Ken, do I have to read it or can I summarize it?
Summarizing, it's fine.
The first is a resolution for the appointment of Dr. Nancy Hacker as, we were using the word interim. Is there a purpose for you having used the word acting?
Interim is, we can substitute interim, that's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
As interim superintendent for a term beginning on a date to be determined and ending upon termination by further resolution of the board. And it's important that we emphasize that Dr. Hacker is returning to school service during an emergency created by the resignation of Dr. Wagner-Marseille. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second? There was a bunch of seconds. Julie Haywood, second. Bill England first, Julie Haywood second. Any board comment? I see a raised hand, David Cohen.
Yes, thank you. Just for the good of the public, can I just request there be a very brief synopsis given about Dr. Hacker's background and where she came from? Thank you.
Sure. Well, she's here if we would like, but I have that written down if I can do that. So I will. Bear with me. I know I have it. Thank you. Dr. Hacker retired as the Springfield Township School District Superintendent in December after serving in that role since August 2012. As you will read tomorrow, we are thrilled to announce the appointment of her as interim superintendent as we search for our next superintendent. Dr. Hacker brings an enormous amount of experience, expertise, and wisdom to this role, and we are grateful for her service. As the Springfield superintendent, Dr. Hacker served as a friend, mentor, and sounding board for Dr. Marseille. The two of them look forward to working together to ensure the smoothest of transitions. While at Springfield, Dr. Hacker led oversight for all aspects of a $77 million construction project that we can see as we pass by on 309 Expressway. She helped facilitate the creation of district budgets that averaged tax increases of 1.9%. She was instrumental in helping establish Pennsylvania's first school district policy safeguarding the rights of transgender students. She established 6 goals of educational equity, and she was instrumental in the development of a curriculum, a social studies curriculum that emphasizes all aspects of history, including the indigenous, African-American contributions to our history that are frequently left out of the typical social studies curriculum. And for all of those and many more reasons, we are excited to have her in this role. Did that satisfy you, David?
That does. Thank you very much.
Okay. So any further board comment? Any further board question? Hearing none, I call the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say nay. Hearing none, the motion carries unanimously. And we've invited Dr. Hacker to be a panelist on this Zoom so that she could say a few words.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fishbein. I am extremely honored and humbled for your kind words, in particular about my past career, particularly in Springfield, but most of all for the level of confidence that you, Ms. Henry, and the remainder of the board have placed in me and my skills, experience, expertise, and accomplishments. I hope indeed it is my most fervent wish that I will help to be able to address the needs that come forth through this period of transition while the board is doing its due diligence in its search for a new superintendent. I'm quite honored to be following on the wonderful footsteps of Dr. Marseille, and I look very much forward to working with him during this period of transition prior to his exit for new green pastures. I won't say greener, I will say for new green pastures. And I certainly wish him luck as he moves on to his new position. But in the meantime, I consider myself extraordinarily fortunate that I will be coming back to work in our neighboring district to Springfield, which is Cheltenham, which I've not only long admired, but feel I already have so many friends in. I just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who was on the Zoom this evening, particularly the administrators in the district who were kind enough to take time out of what I know are their very busy schedules at the end of the school year to attend this evening and to get a glimpse of me and who I am. And I'm looking forward to getting to know each one of you and having deep conversations with you. And finally, let me just recognize that this is Teacher Appreciation Week. It is a wonderful opportunity for all of us to readily recognize the tremendous accomplishments of our teachers over an extraordinarily unusual and difficult set of circumstances during this past school year. So even though I don't yet have the good luck and fortune to know all of the Cheltenham staff members, that is certainly one of the things that I will be most looking forward to, is getting in to see them in their classrooms and watching how they engage our students and do the incredible work that I know that they do every single day. And similarly, I'll be looking forward to getting to know our students in Cheltenham as well as our families. So again, my thanks to all of the board members. Mr. Pender, I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to see you the other evening during our interview. I know you were occupied with other business related matters. So I'm looking forward to having an opportunity to speak with you as well. So thank you so much, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. You're welcome to stay, but you're also free to go. But maybe
if you don't mind, I would very much enjoy staying through the other meeting that you have scheduled this evening, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
We have a second resolution, and that reads.
If I may, Joel, before you get that second.
Oh,
resolution,
please, absolutely.
can I say something? It's
for a few minutes, I want to thank Dr. Hacker. It feels, I guess the word I can use, and I apologize for it, really weird to hear those things. I remember when I became acting superintendent at Lower Merion, Dr. Hacker reached out to me and extended her grace and gratitude and her support with whatever I needed. I remember when I transitioned to Cheltenham, she reached out and extended her expertise, her time and space. I took her up on her offer numerous times with respect to that. So when I hear she's looking forward to learning some things, and I'm like, well, you helped me develop some of my skill sets throughout the year. So I appreciate her and know of her work, and she supported me during these particular transitions. And I'm looking forward to providing Dr. Hacker with all the resources that she needs during this transitional period.
Thank you, Dr. Marseille. Excuse me, I didn't speak out of turn when I said she was a friend and mentor and trusted advisor, did I?
Oh, no, not at all. I don't know. I heard that for the first time. I was like, well, he got it on point, because that's what she was. And I remember she came out when I became acting, and she said, listen, whatever assistance you need as you navigate through this experience, please let me know. And I was running around chicken without a head, trying to figure out what to do. And when I got settled, I eventually transitioned, and then she's been paramount in things around, hey, I'm my first year superintendent. Talk to me about how you navigate these particular experiences. What are your thoughts? So you did not deviate at all from that perspective. So thank you for sharing that.
Yes. Anyone else have anything for the good of the order about the appointment of Dr. Hacker as interim? I don't want to move on unless I know for sure nobody else has something to say. Seeing no one. Oh, Mr. England.
Thank you, Mr. Fishbein. Dr. Hacker, I just wanted to, as one board member, say welcome. Thank you for your interest. And I know you a little bit from MCIU and just being a neighboring school district. And I look forward to our work together. Congratulations and thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Ms. Haywood.
Thank you, Mr. Fishbein. I also wanted to welcome Dr. Hacker as our interim superintendent, and looking forward to working with you in the coming weeks and months, as well as looking forward to the current administrative staff continuing to doing the excellent work that they have been doing over this past year and previous years, obviously, as we transition to both a new superintendent and a new school year. So with that in mind, welcome.
Thanks.
Okay. Seeing no further raised hands, I will read the next resolution. The Board of School Directors authorizes the President and Secretary to enter into an agreement with HYA Associates for superintendent search services in the form presented to the board. And for the public, that means we are engaging the services and hiring HYA, a national search firm, to conduct the search for the superintendent to replace, reluctantly, Dr. Marseille. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second,
Pam
Chris Pender.
Henry first, second, Chris Pender. Any board discussion? David Cohen.
Yes, thank you. I just want to say, for the good of the order, that the board considered a number of firms and interviewed a number of firms very diligently, and it was a very thoughtful process. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Lohman.
Ditto what Mr. Cohen said. That was exactly what I was going to say. I also wanted to add that, from my perspective as one board member, one of the reasons why I felt like HYA was the right fit for this district was that the amount of community engagement that they have planned as part of the superintendent search process is something that I think is necessary and important, particularly in our community. So, and I think they also understood they understood our needs, I think, the best of all the other firms. So that's the reason why I'm supporting her.
Thank you. And I'll add my voice. HYA gave a presentation that was thorough and impressive. They're using a software platform that will give us some insight into their work as it goes on, and that will give us an ability to hold them accountable to what they're agreeing to do. They have a national breadth that was important to us. There were other options that were not as likely to result in a national candidates coming to us, which we think as a board is a distinct possibility, because as a board, we have communicated to HYA that we believe we have something to sell in this district to superintendent candidates who may be looking to do the work of equity in a diverse community with a progressive board and a willing staff and administration to dig into the equity work that so many of us have wanted to do and have been doing, and there's a lot of appetite, I think, for that in the potential candidate pool. So that's my hope, and that is what we as a board hope to do with HYA to get the best candidates so that we get the best superintendent possible. Any further board discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Hearing none, the motion carries unanimously. And I'm not in control of okay. The next item on the agenda is future meetings as listed, including agenda build starting now. And that will be followed by first finance and then facilities, which is the opposite order from how it had been previously advertised. And then the remaining meetings. Oh, no, there's a new meeting tomorrow night. It's the rescheduled Ed Affairs Committee meeting because we had canceled the one that was scheduled to take place on the night of the Derek Chauvin verdict. And so we're going to be doing that tomorrow night. And then the rest of the meetings are as listed and not out of, and as they have been listed on the calendar for months. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second, Charles Burdell Williams.
Mr. Cohen has a question about that, asking whether there's a need for public comment, and the answer to that is there was a public comment on agenda items section of the meeting, and I called for public comment and there was none. So there's no public comment on non-agenda items on this meeting's agenda. Okay? And Ken Roos agreed with that assessment. So we have a legislative meeting for public comments on non-agenda items a week from tonight. Now do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Pam Henry, A second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Hearing none, the motion carries and we are adjourned.